I'm Victor Vister Reeser.
And I'm Jonathan Vergara.
And this is Indies Nuts, the podcast where we play and review newly released indie games so you don't have to unless they're good.
Absolutely. And this is one of our preview episodes where we will be giving you guys a sneak peek at the next game that we're going to be playing. And so before we get into that, we'll start it off right the way we always do with one of our hook facts. So Victor has not been informed of this hook fact yet. This is going to be a live, not really live, it's recorded, but a real reaction to what Victor's impression
Let me get my face ready. What?
So we're using both of those. We're just going to copy paste them for the thumbnail for this video. So last time, I believe our hook fact was about the fact that Michael Jackson auditioned for the role of Peter Banning, or wanted to play
correct.
Peter Banning in
mind blowing.
Yes. So I thought we would follow it up with an alternative person who was in mind for playing the role of Hook in the movie. So
Okay.
I want you.
I also want to say, for the record, we're talking about 1991's Steven Spielberg fantastic blockbuster classic. Hook. Okay, that's based off of Peter Pan.
If you have not watched it, pause the video, go watch the full movie.
We'll be here.
Then come back.
We will be here. As a matter of fact, we're gonna pause this right now. I'm gonna go watch it, and then we'll get the rest of this podcast going. All right.
All right. I want you to take a guess, just one guess. Who do you think?
Who would play Hook, or is it another person?
Who would play Hook? So Hook, as we all know, it was was played by Dustin Hoffman, and he nailed it. He crushed the part. It was great. He comedically joked about committing suicide in a children's movie. He tortured people. Yes. It was great. He crushed it. So who do you think they also had in mind for this role?
I mean, Tim Curry?
Okay, that is a good guess. That is not correct. The correct answer is David Bowie.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So David Bowie. So somewhere in the multiverse, there is a world where the 1991 classic Hook stars Michael Jackson and David Bowie. And that world is beautiful. And I want to visit it and see what it's like.
Man, that is... the soundtrack for that movie is banging, man. Oh, God.
Just dance magic all over the place, dude.
Oh, no.
So,
that would be wild.
I should say this is according to the Daily Mail. They said that essentially what happened was that the role was actually offered to David Bowie, and he turned it down. He said that he wasn't going to do it. It does not say in the article I'm reading, I'm sure if we dove down the rabbit hole, why he did it, why he turned it down. But I'm assuming
reasons.
Yeah, I'm assuming he looked at the script and just passed on it, or he knew it would just be too awesome to have him.
Or
and
he
Jackson
knew that Michael Jackson wasn't gonna get it already, and he's like, "I'm only in if MJ's in."
It was me, Michael Jackson, and Sloan Kettering.
Dude, that's what we need.
And it would have been a great film.
That is crazy, dude. John, it's seriously fantastic hook fact. My mind is blown, man. I never would have expected it. Who knew such musical juggernauts almost danced their way?
What an entirely different movie that would be.
Oh man,
entirely. Now I feel like I have to find out who would have played Tinkerbell instead of Julia Roberts. I wonder if that was a thing. I'll look for next time. Next
we'll find out.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, guys, we'll find out.
So this time around, let's go ahead and get into it. We're really interested because we were searching. We have a couple games in our back pockets we've been trying to pull out later. One of them, we're like, I don't want to play this right now. The art style doesn't really appeal to me. We found this one today.
Yep.
And it looks really cool. It actually looks really cool. It is called Wonhon, Vengeful Spirit. And it is a paranormal stealth action and tactics game about a vengeful spirit of a young Korean girl who is a civilian casualty of war. And the video clips so far, it just looks really intriguing. The art style is based in, it looks like a manhwa manga, like a comic book style is going to be a part of the game experience, and it's brand new from a very small studio.
Yes,
John is going to tell us about.
Yes, so this game is developed by Busan Sanai Games, which we found out is actually a one-person studio, and so we'll see how well that works. Sometimes it's great, I games like Stardew.
Hashtag conserved ape.
Yes. So we'll see how it turns out. It looks very cool. The game is published by Super.com, which I don't know many of the other games that they did, but one of them was Raji, which was a game that looks like similar to a Prince of Persia style game, but set in India. It was mentioned in one of the Nintendo Directs or the Game Awards, one of the two. I can't remember. I actually have played the beginning of that game, pretty good, and we actually debated doing that for this video, but decided on this one. To be fair, I think we're a little biased on this one because we both live. I live in Korea. He lives in Korea currently.
Jonathan lived there for a very large chunk of his life, and yeah, I mean, it sounds cool. The theme seems really interesting.
It looks. From the video, it looks pretty polished for a one-person game. I'm impressed.
Definitely.
I was surprised because Victor told me about that right before we jumped into the record. It looks pretty polished for a one-person game. On Steam, it has pretty good reviews. It looks like the gameplay is interesting. Like Victor mentioned, you're kind of walking around in these, it looks like prison camps, and you're basically possessing things. It looks like you could possess wolves, you could possess soldiers, things like that. It looks like it'd be a pretty interesting game. We'll see how well the controls hold up. I think that's the big or break.
And it's like half the price of a Big Mac set in Canada. So that is
incorrect. That is incorrect. It is not half the price of a Big Mac set. That was one of the other games we were looking at. This is the price of a Big Mac and 3/4 of another Big Mac.
So yeah, I mean, this game it looks really neat. Obviously, military and the history of Korea. John asked right away. He said, is the enemy Japanese soldiers?
Because it takes place in the 1920s, so you're looking at solid Japanese occupation. But it also says it's set in an alternate 1920s, so could be whoever at that point. I don't know how political this guy wanted to make his game. So.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm excited for it. The only other thing I want to say before we leave today is I posted a couple questions asking people to give us their recommendations. What are the best games from the 90s, their favorite games of all time from that generation of games, from that era? And the response was overwhelming. I was really excited to see everyone's comments. A lot of things I have, I know John and I have both played before and we're, have our own opinions on. Some games I hadn't heard of before, which is really exciting. Most of those are on PC. And we're going to go ahead and put that episode together this weekend, and we'll have that out sometime, hopefully as soon as mid to late next week. Thank you guys so much for the assist on that. Really looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to seeing how many people put Claymates and Jelly Boy so that I can just play it on my Switch, because they dropped those amazing games that people were clamoring for.
Oh man. Now I'm glad no one mentioned those, because those are games I've never heard of. 100%. So, oh my god. Like I saw, one of my favorite was the comment that someone said, Nintendo's really trying hard to make us hate the Super Nintendo. They're trying hard to tarnish our memories, man.
Like, you want Super Nintendo games? We'll give you your Super Nintendo games.
Yeah, we got something. They're like going through the list. They're like,
I saw an article that was talking about that said like Nintendo is building the SNES collection that we all actually had as kids, where you had like 5 good games and then the rest were all like cheap trash.
I love it, dude.
That your parents were like, here, you'll play this and be happy.
Oh man. Oh, it's my birthday. Oh, your aunt's like, oh, you love video games. Here you go.
Here's Jelly Boy.
Thanks.
Happy birthday to the ground.
It's one of those Mario games.
Okay, we're
goodness.
sidetracked. Anyway, we will get
That's
this
it.
gameplay out to you as soon as we can. We'll
We're
get
doing
that 90s video out to you as well. Thank you guys so much for the support.
Yeah,
Tell your friends.
huge.
Get more people to watch, like,
Tell your loved
subscribe,
ones.
all that stuff. Give your loved ones a link to our channel for their birthday.
Your pets have socials. Get your pets following us.
Get
man.
it out
We're on
there.
Twitter at indies_nuts. That's what we need. We need you there. Boom.
At any rate, thank you guys. Sorry about the shilling. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
I'm not sorry.
Peace, guys.